Good morning, students. Today, I continue for the 12th IT student Science Commerce Board Advanced Web Design. I think in the lockdown period, we have to learn about the more things related 12. So, in Advanced Web Designing, I already taught about the form, how to create the inside the web page. We use the input type text, input type checkbox, input type radio. But in advanced web designing 12 standards, they in HTML5 they are given many more input elements, and that we have to learn. After that, we have to learn about the cascading style sheets and their types. That is a extra mechanism, extra formatting we can do in the website. After that, we have to learn how to insert the audio files, how to insert the video files, and image mapping. This is the main practical contents we have to learn. So I show with practical sessions. So listen carefully, see the sharing screen, and do at home, practice at home. Stay home, stay safe, and learn online. So I'm sharing the screen. First of all, I'm sharing your syllabus. First topic, that is advanced web designing PDF file. You have to just read that topics, and inside that we have many practical examples that you practice at home and see the output in the browser. Okay, so I will continue. Now in HTML5 we have many different elements that we have not seen yet. First of all, form elements. I show you how to create form. See, HTML, head, title, form elements. Close the title, close the head tag, start the body tag. Inside that you can use the form method is equal to post or get. If you want to send the data to the server, we can use post method. If you want to receive the values from the servers, we can use the get method. Actions, at present we are not replying. If you want the actions reply, so you can use the action attribute, and then we have to require to give ASP, that is server page file. Now we continue. Next, input type equal to color. See now, input type equal to color defines a color pick. One by one I show you the output. So I just close the form, close the body, close the HTML. I save the file in particular folder, file save, form.html, then form1.html, and then click on all files save as type, and then save it. We open that file inside the document. We see the HTML files. Just go on save as. In the desktop we have the save over there, so click on desktop, HTML file. We can see the file form1. Right click on there, open with any browser, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, and Windows 10. We can see in the Microsoft Edge also. Now we can see the output. That is first of all title of the web page, and then this is the input type color picker. So we just click on the color and it shows the color picker options. You can select the color and we can see the color will represent the color choosing box. So this is your define the color. Okay. Now next thing is their input type number. I continue this part. I just use a break and then br tag. After that, input type equal to number. File save. Again, refresh it, and you can see that here we can represent over there maximum number and minimum number. Minimum number is 0 and max number is 100. This is also attribute over there. Save. File save. Again, I right click, open with Google Chrome. You can see the number. You can pick the number between 0 to 100. Okay, not more than 100. 100 it is the last point. 100. After that, we can see the last number is 100, and we cannot give the minus also. 0 is the minimum number. Okay. Okay. So this is why we can use the number picker. So it defines the number field. After that, URL. You want to enter any field or entering URL, location of the file. So we can use the URL. That means we can we can create your open file dialog box over there, and we can select the whatever location of the folder it will represent over there. So input type URL. I save the file again. Again, I refresh it. Continue. So you can see that now location of the file that you represent with the URL. Okay. Next, input type image. Here is also image, but it is the image button we can create over there. Image, we can give the source of the file and we can create their own image button. Suppose we have to see that now 1.jpg file is there. We can give the source 1.jpg and save it and refresh it. Continue. You can see that this is a button we are creating over there. That is a JPG button. And if you want to increase or decrease the size of that button, so width is equal to 10, height is equal to 10. File save. That is represent. Continue. So you can see that small buttons we can create over there, 10 pixels. If you want to increase that button size, 100 pixels, 100 height. So save and then refresh it, and then you can see that this is a button, image button. Clear? Okay. So it defines a image as a submit button. After that, date picker, break, input type equal to date, file save, refresh, continue. You can see that it is a date picker. If you click on the DD, we can just use the upper button and we can see the date, then month, year. Depends upon that your original settings. So it picks that years over there. Then we are using the input type email. Type equal to email. File save. Refresh. Then you can put over there any email ID over there. So that is a represent of the email ID bpinvaity@gmail.com. So it is defines the email address. After that, input type month. Month. File save. Refresh. It's a month we can pick over there. Just you can see the January, February, March, and year, whatever years is there. So there is a month and year because define the month and year control in a format y dash mm. After that, input type range. If you want to type the number between in the range, so input type equal to range, minimum and maximum number. Minimum number is about 10, maximum number is 100. So we can see the range number, save, refresh, continue. So it is a range that you have picked 0 to 100. Okay, and that will represent the value in the text box if you are using the text value over there using JavaScript program. Next, date time local. Date picker that include year, month, and date and time also. So we can use the input date time. Only time if you want to require. So we can use the break and input type equal to time. Save the file, refresh here, and continue. You can see the time represent 1 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, and minutes, how many minutes, second. That is represent the time in a HH:mm. After that, input type week. If you want to represent the week, so you can use the input type equal to week. File save. Again refresh. Say here. Now this is week. Click and then see there now 5th week, and which is the week not. Okay, and then week there 5 2025, just like that it will. Otherwise you can pick the directly Monday, Tuesday. So it is directly we can use a week wise calendar. It represent the week wise calendar over there. We can year count. Then search. If you want to use a search toolbar, just like we are searching in the Google search. So input break, input type equal to search. Okay, file save, refresh, continue. And it is a search toolbar where we write any keyword search that represent in the Google. If you want to include file location, so you can use the break, input type equal to file, file save, refresh, continue. You can choose the file over there. Any files you can choose that locations it will show over here. So this is the file choosing tools. After that, if you want to type the telephone number, so we can use their input type equal to tel, file save, and then refresh. And type here any telephone number over there, whatever telephone number you are writing over there, 91 plus 91 and your mobile number, like. Okay, so it is all input type elements over there, but some of the restrictions in the input type which we require. So we can use many attributes over there. There is a type is an attribute to create the elements, but the many attributes we can give the restriction in the input, just like disable. So specific that an input field should be disabled, we can use the disabled over there. Max, that is maximum value for the input field. Min, there is a minimum value for the input. Pattern, that is the sum of the patterns specify regular expression like star, slash slash, dash dash. So we can change that input value. Read only, that means specify that input will is a read only, it cannot be changed. Read only means already value whatever type is just we can read, but we cannot type or. Next, placeholder. This acts as a temporary label showing the purpose of the text field without requiring a label tag. Look, we use that placeholder. Any text field, it is a label tag. You have to type this, enter your name, enter your age, like that. Placeholders are there. Just example. Suppose we over there input type equal to text and placeholder equal to enter your name. File save, refresh, continue. You can see that there is a placeholder. It is a represent over there. By default, it is written over there. Enter your name. That is placeholder. It shows you which value you have to type over. It's very important. All new website we can see that every forms given the placeholder. Required, specific. It must be filled out. Some of the values you want to fill out compulsory, so that you get the required values. Autocomplete specifies whether the form input should have a autocomplete on or off. It's just like radio button, autocomplete on or off, on or off, autocomplete. Autocomplete is equal to on, autocomplete is equal to off. Autofocus, it specifies that it should automatically get the focus. Uh, One of the cursor is on the first text box and you want to put the cursor on the next text box, so you can use the autofocus option is there. So cursor will automatically move to the next and automatically get the focus on that when the page load. First text box or second text box or radio button, that is autofocus. One of the cursor will represent directly on that particular element. Height and width, you can type the image and height and width it is represent. And if you want to type the multiple, that is it specifies the allowed enter more than one value in the input element. So input types email, we can type the more than comma, another email, file, another location, that is multiple attribute is there. This way we can use the input. So one of the example it is given over there. We have to show that example also. See, I'll just show you now. HTML head, title, form in HTML5. Close the title, close the head, body tag, form. Here they want to represent that name. So name input type equal to text box. We can get autocomplete. I already speak about the autocomplete. Break. If you want to give the break and move on the next line. Email. Here we want to use the email. So input type is your special element email. Email is a value. Input type email. Name equal to email. PR tag break. Date of inception. So you can use their input type date of inception, input type equal to date. Okay. Name, whatever name it is, we have to select their birthday. So birthday, b-day, whatever name it specifies that particular elements. And so when you are getting 2 times, 3 times, so it represent in the form. So it specify identification, we can give it over there. Next, office time. Input type equal to type. Name is equal to user underscore time. Then next, number of years, complete between 1 to 100. So you can type their input type equal to number. Here we can give the minimum number is equal to 1 and maximum number is equal to 100. Break. Then office phone number. Input type equal to telephone. Name equal to phone. Then pattern. See, this pattern means what type of value we should type over there. So we can use their first two digits with that number 0 to 9. That is two digits. So we are using curly bracket 2. That is two digits 0 to 9. Then dash. After that again 0 to 9, 10 digits. That is your mobile number. So first of all we are writing the code, area code 91 and whatever 0 to 10. So two numbers for the first, and then dash and 10 digits mobile number. And required means compulsory you have to type that well. Compulsory in that way, otherwise it will not accept. So add your home page. Next, input type equal to URL. Name is equal to home page. Break, then input image. Input type equal to image. We can give the location of the image, that is source file. Now already we have the one image 1.jpg. We just decrease or increase the size of the image, 100, width, height 100. That is pixel size. And we are creating their alternate text. Click here to submit button. Click here to submit form. Whatever. Next, then close the form. Close the body. Close the HTML. So this way we can create the form elements, and then after that save. This is one of the example it is given over there. I just save the file. Then I go refresh it. Continue. You can see the name. There is a text box. Then after that email, especially for the email ID, we can type over here. Date pickers, DD, MM, the YYY format. Office time we can type over there HH colon. Okay. The number of years, complete office phone number, particular home page, and this is a submit button with image button. Okay. So this way we can create the form. Now last time I already spoke about, I already shown that practical, but now I revise that practicals. I continue with here new topics, that is cascading style sheets. What is cascading style sheets? So this is a limited formatting we can give it over there. But if you want to give the extra formatting, just like that, if you want to change the font size in inches, centimeter, millimeter, or you want to give the background color for the text. So this is the extra formattings we can use with the cascading style sheet. That is a special we use the mechanism. So CSS is a stands for cascading strategy. It describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on the screen, paper, or in the media. It saves a lot of work. It can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. It allows you to control the look and feel of several pages by changing a single source. CSS has the syntax. We have to use the selector, declaration block in the curly bracket, where we declare the property and value. See that. H1 is a selector, a heading tag, curly bracket. Here, color colon yellow. The color is a property. Colon value. Value is a yellow. Yellow is the value of that property. Another property if you want to declare, so you have to separate with the semicolon. Again another property, font dash size, colon, and value is the 11 px means pixels. If you want to write inches, you can write in. If you want to write centimeter, you can write cm. If you want to write millimeter, mm. This way you can represent the font size. So this way, this is the syntax of the CSS. Now, types of CSS. There are three methods of implementing styling information to an HTML document. One is inline, second embedded or internal, and third external. Inline is a simple. In any tag, we can use style as an attribute. See that? Any tag we can use style as an attribute, and we declare style equal to property value in the double inverted comma quotes. So it represents for that particular tag. Just like that here, p tag style equal to color colon value. So we can see that hello CSS it represents with the blue color. If you want to give the style in different tags, so we can use the internal CSS or embedded CSS. Here in the heading section, we declare the style as a tag, and then we represent that selector H1 curly bracket color colon red, or semicolon we can use background color, font weight, etc. And after that we close the style tag, then close the head. After that body tag, we can see that in the whatever we declare in the heading sections, it affects to the body section. Where we declare the heading, it represents with the color red. So this way we can give the extra formatting to the CSS. And last is the external CSS. We have to create a separate CSS file and save the extension with the .css, just like style.css, where we declare different tag, property, value, and in any HTML file we can call that file using link tag. See then in the heading section we are declaring the link tag. We declare their relative style sheet. Type equals to text/css. HRL is equal to, we are calling that file hyperlink reference as a style.css. So it will affect to the body section. Heading 1 represent with the color navy, margin left 20 pixels. So these are all the practicals we are doing individually. See that now. First one, inline CSS. I show you the inline CSS. New file. I go on HTML. Head. Title. This is inline CSS example. Close the title. Close the head. Start the body tag. Use the paragraph. We declare their style is equal to, suppose we are giving the color blue, and we are writing there this is paragraph. Close the P. Normal another paragraph also we are written this is paragraph 2. Close the P. Then close the body. Close the HTML. Save the file with inline.html. Save it. One particular folder. Right click. Open with Google Chrome. Now we can see the first paragraph represent with the style color blue. If you want to give the another property, we can use semicolon, font dash size colon 20 px, that is 20 pixel. Save it. refresh. You can see that 20 pixel size. If you want to give in the inches, 1 iron, save. So this is the extra mechanisms we can use, and then we give the extra formatting for the web page. Next example, I want to show you related internal CSS. See, HTML, head, title, internal CSS, close the title, close the head, body. We are giving the paragraph over here. This is paragraph 1, close the P. We are giving the heading H1, heading 1, close the heading, and then we close the body, close the H2. See that now in the heading, it always give you a largest size text, and paragraph, it is normally it shows the paragraph on the next line. But if you want to give the some different color for the paragraph or extra formatting, so we can use in the heading section style as a tag in internal CSS. Then we declare their P for selector. P tag is the selector now here, and we are declaring their color red, semicolon, font family, colon, suppose impact. Okay. Next, heading 1, we are declaring their color blue, and then semicolon, font size, colon, 1 cm or 1 inch. Okay. Save the file, internal css.html. Right click on that file, open with Google Chrome. Yeah, see that now by mistakenly I forgot to close the style tag, so that's why it shows you the blank page. Style tag you are using in the heading section, so you have to close before the slash head. Save the file. Now you can see the output. It effect to the body sections. Heading 1 represent with the color blue and 1 inch size, and a paragraph represent with the color red and font family impact. Clear about that? So this way we can give the internal CSS. Now next thing, we are giving the external CSS. External CSS, we are represent separate CSS file. Here we are giving the color green, font family Vardhana. Here heading section we are giving the color yellow, font size 1 centimeter, and save the file with the style.css extension with the .css. Click on that save as type all files, and then click on save. Then open the new notepad window where we type the normal HTML file, HTML head, give the title, external CSS, close the head, then body tag. We are giving here paragraph. This is paragraph. Close the P. Then heading 1. Close the heading 1. Here we want to effect the file as a externally. So in the heading section we have to use the separate tag, that is a link tag. Relatively we have to create a style sheet. Type is equal to CSS text/CSS, and give the hyperlink reference where you save the file, that is a style.css, location of that file. So it affect to the body section. So now save the file. That is a external css.html all files. Save it in a particular folder. Right click on that file. Open with Google Chrome. You can see that paragraph represent with the green color and Vardhana font, heading the yellow sections. So yellow color. So this is the way we can use the CSS part: inline, internal, and external. Now we continue. See, there are many property we can use in the CSS. Color, text color we can change. Background color, if you want to change the background color, so background dash color property is here. Font weight, we can increase the size, bold, 300 weightage of the bold text. Font style, where we can give the italic, bold. Text type decoration, we can give that extra many blinking text, underline, overline, line through text. We can give the alignment using text dash align. Font family, we can change the fonts family, Arial, Times New, Vardhana. So this way we can use the CSS property. More properties are there. Font size, we can give the pixels, inches, millimeter, centimeter, point wise. Letter spacing we can use. We can give the gap between characters. Padding, this property is a use. We want to add padding. That is means blank spaces around the content of an element. Border between the text, solid, double, crew, reach, inside, outside, dotted, dash. That is border. Style we can use over there. Background image. We can give the image also background, just as like we can use in the body. Margins we can use margin left, margin right. We can leave the space from the paragraph, above side, left side, right side, below side. So this way we can use the property. You practice at home each and every property and then show. Now next one, there is a class and ID selector. What is class and ID then? See, now here we are giving the p tag is a selector and giving the property value. So it affects the whole paragraph where we are written the p tag. It affects that styles to that particular paragraph. So ID selector we are using over here, or class selector we are using over here. So what is the effect? ID selector select the ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element, where we are using the hash character, okay, as a selector. And when you are using dot at the period, so that is class selector. So I show you the example of that ID selector and class selector. Here we are representing HTML head title. Example is there, class selector, title clothes, head clothes. Okay. Now in internal CSS we are using style tag. As a selector we are using hash sign, paragraph 1, para 1, p1, p2, p3, and we declare the property font dash size colon 20 pixels. Here another paragraph p2 where we declare the font font size 1 inch. Another paragraph 3 we declare font size 1 centimeter. Okay. Then we close the style tag, close the head, body. To declare the first paragraph, this is paragraph 1, close the P. Another paragraph, this is paragraph 2. Another paragraph, this is paragraph 3. Close the body, close the HTML. Now we want to give the specify effect for the particular paragraph. So you can use here ID attribute because we declare the selector as a hash sign preceded with the hash sign. So ID is there P1. Then another paragraph ID is equal to P2. Paragraph 3 there is a ID is equal to P3. Clear? So now you can see the save the file and see the output. First paragraph represent with the 20 pixels, second 1 inch, and third 1 centimeter. Okay, clear? आवाज कमी ठेव. Okay, आज समजतो. So now you understood about that, how to use the ID selector. Same way we can use the class selector. Instead of hash sign, we declare with the dot preceded with the dot sign, and then instead of ID we are using the class as the attribute in the paragraph. So here we are changing the just color green, color orange, color blue. Save. Now you can see there output class right click, open with Google Chrome. Now see that different colors for the different paragraph. Okay, so this way we can use the class as a selector. So dot sign we can precede, so you can use the class attribute in the any tag, and if you are using the hash signs, so we can use the ID attribute in any tag in the body section. Clear? Now we will continue some of the universal selector also. What is universal selector? It is used as a wildcard character, that's like star asterisk sign, and it selects all the element and all the web page. Example, HTML, head, title. Here, give the title universal selector. Close the title. Then use the style tag as an internal CSS. Then declare with the star asterisk sign, curly bracket, color green, semicolon. Then font size 20 pixel. And then close the style. Close the head. Start the body. Write the paragraph. This is paragraph. Use the heading. Heading 1. Close the heading 1. Then close the body. Close the HTML and save the file. That is universal selector dot HTML. Okay, save the file and see the now output. Right click, universal selector, open with Google Chrome. You can see the same effects for the both things, but only headings it always represents the bold, it automatically represent with the bold, and paragraph again it represent with the 20 pixels and color gray. Clear about that? Now next thing is the group selector. What is group selector? If you use the selector as a group. Just like we are declaring here heading 1, heading 2, paragraph, or any other tag in the internal cell with the comma separator, h1 comma, h2 comma, and declare your property value. So we can see that it affect the all selectors which you are select in the style. So it gives the text align center for the heading also, heading 2 also, paragraph also. So this is the group selector. You want to see the example, so you go on the HTML head, file save as, group selector dot html, group selector. We are using style as a tag, then we are using h1, h2 comma p here. Now we are giving here h1, h2 and paragraph. Now save your file. See, now we are separating here h1, h2, p with a comma and giving the same effects for the h1 also, h2 also, and p also. So see the output now. Group selector, right click, open with Google Chrome. We can see the heading 1 also same effect, heading 2 also same effect, and paragraph also same effect. Now next one, after group selector, there is a new things are there, positioning in CSS. You can change the text positions, relative or absolute. They given the 4 positioning: static positioning, fixed positioning, relative positioning, absolute. Static positioning, this is by default position of the HTML. It is not affected by the top, bottom, left, right. Cannot be changed. This property helps out fixed positioning to put the text fixed on the browser. So it forces an element into fixed position relative to the browser window. The relative position body used to set the element relative to its normal position. Just show the normal things, but it is relative side. And absolute, this property set an element to a specific location, and it is not affected by the flow of the page. Okay, so see the example first. Here they're using paragraph with the fixed positioning, p dot fixed position is equal fixed, top 50 pixel, and right 5 pixel, color blue. So I show you the example. File save as, fixed dot html, all files, save it. HTML head title, again the fixed positioning, close the title, close the head on the body tag. Next, we are declaring in the heading section style tag, and inside the style we are using one paragraph with dot sign fixed, where we declare the position column fixed, semicolon, where we leave the space from top side 50 pixels, colon, left side or right side 5 pixel, and color blue, color colon blue. Now here we are giving the paragraph. Then inside the paragraph we are using the class is equal to fixed, because we are preceded with the dot sign selector. See that now fixed. Now see the output. See, just show the color blue paragraph, and it leaves the space from the top side 50 pixel, 5 pixel from the right side, and it represents the fixed position. Same way, we can use the absolute or relative also, position relative. If we are using the relative positioning, instead of fixed, we are using the relative, and we are using the another paragraph. Sorry. So, see that this is relative paragraph. Whatever fixed way, it represents the downside. But if you are using the relative positioning, it represents the, suppose you are using the same things over there, fix. Now you can see the both text will represent side side. Will not represent on the above the text. So that is your fixed positioning over there, and then relative positioning. I show you the example with the image, fixed and relative position. Wait. Now I want to insert the image. img source is equal to 1.jpg, width equal to 100, height equal to 100. Again, same image, width equal to 100 and height equal to. Okay. So position is relative. So class is equal to fixed. Then here also class equal to fixed. Save. So you can see that image will represent side by side because we are using their relative position. But if you are using the absolute position, I will say See now, in the fixed positioning image, we are giving the img source over here, 1.jpg, width 200, height 100, style, position absolutes. You can see that top side we are leaving the 10 pixels, left side we are leaving the 20 pixels. Here, same thing, 100 width, 100 style, 100 height, and position also absolute. Top 20 pixels we are leaving the space, and left 50 pixels. And see the save the file and see the output over there. Absolute positioning, it just overlap the image. That is the example of absolute positioning. Again, just instead of absolute, we are writing the relative. And save the file. See what happens. The image will represent side by side. It will not overlap. That is the example of absolute image and relative image positioning. Clear? So now we will continue some of the part related float property. See, float in a CSS property written in CSS file or directly in the style of an element. Float property defines the flow of content. Float flow the content. The content will represent left alignment, right alignment. Also, it is keep the element float on left side on the container, right side on the container, or sample represent here. This is default property none. So this shows the element as it is. So see there now dot float left we are using over there. Font size 20 pixel, background color gold, float right, their font size 20 pixel, background color gold. So and then we are using their Balbharti. This is the rearranges itself in the heading. We are writing their paragraph, and that paragraph will present over here. So see the output. Balbharti it will come in the left side, and one of the Balbharti it will float right side. So just content will represent on left side or also right side. Again we can use the display property over there. We have the display inline. So what is display inline? Display inline means this property defines how the component is represented with the division tag, hyperlink or heading tag. They are going to be placed in the web page. So it specifies how the element is displayed. Okay, inline, block line or none. So you can use their paragraph display inline. So you can say that welcome to Balbharti and JavaScript and HTML5. So it represents in the inline line continue. So we can see that example over here. HTML head title. Float. First upon I show you the float property. Float align. Font size, background color. Save. See the output. Just give the title float property. Close the title. Save the file. Now see the line heading one represent with the background color gold, font size 20 pixels, and float left. If you are using the float of left, you can use the float right. You can see there now. Heading text will right alignment float right. So this way you can use the float property. Again, if you want to use the display properties, See there now. In the paragraph, I am using the display colon inline. I'll save. We are writing there many paragraph. This is paragraph 2. Close the P. Again, paragraph. This is paragraph. You see paragraph 3. Close the P. Save the file. Refresh. You can see paragraph will not represent on the new line. It will represent on the same line. That means it is a display inline. If you use the instead of inline block, so save. So it will represent in the block. Understood? Okay. So this is a new properties given over there: display property, float property. Okay. And then they are using the order list. Now I want to just discontinue because we want to create the 100 MB size, and now already I have given the 40 minutes lectures. So I think so. Now you understand about the form elements, and after that you understand the cascading style sheet, their types, the group selectors, property, values. So thank you very much, students. Stay home, learn online, and practice at home so you can learn your syllabus easily. Thank you very much.